It is a good day to die.
Nuclear launch detected. 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 Nuclear under attack. Energy and critical and research. Enemy structure.
Hey everybody! How about one more round of 36 series before we make it to the round of 16? This is going to be Bisu versus Shine. A very nostalgic matchup. I can remember in the ever OSL round of 36 when these two squared off against each other. Shine kind of made his big debut then when he knocked Bisu out of the round of 36, put himself into the round of 16. That's when everyone was saying, wow, he just knocked out Bisu, a lot like Hero did a couple of seasons prior to that. So everyone kept their eye on him from that point on, ended up knocking out Stork and knocking out everyone's favorite player. I think that's why Shine gets a lot of nerd rage these days from people, just, he's knocking out my favorite player. I hate Shine. But Shine's actually a fantastic player. He's one of the main reasons that We Made Fox is such a well-rounded team now. I mean, Fox is the team to bet on in Pro League. I mean, they have so many good players. They have a good player of each race too, which is important. But here we go. Except down at the 5 o'clock position in green is Bisu. See, I didn't say his name all high-pitched. I'll save that for the next set. But up at the 12 o'clock position in blue is Shine. Scouting in the wrong direction. This is a 3-player map called Pathfinder. Strange little map, so expect a very strange strategy from Shine. You never know what Shine is going to do. Of course, his favorite thing to do is probably 4 or 5 hatch Hydra against Protoss. He loves to get those Hydras in early and punish Protoss players who don't throw down enough cannons. But I've seen him go for really weird things against Protoss, like his build against Stork on, what was that, El Nino? I think it was El Nino. He just went all mutilus and ended up sunkening up all of his bases so that harassment was very difficult to do. So Shine's a very innovative player. I can see why he's done so well, why they field him so much in Pro League. He knows the game and he does really well at the game. And strangely enough, I would feel okay if he beat Bisu today. I mean, I really want Bisu to win, but if Shine did win like he did in the ever OSL round of 36, I mean, it wouldn't break my heart like it did back then. Because Shine's a good player. I think he is capable of reaching the finals. Might be a bit of a stretch for some of you to think that, but I think it is definitely possible. But Bisu, of course, the big favorite here. Can't deny that. Bisu's been doing fantastically in Pro League. I think he is undefeated in Pro League for the past couple of months since he started back up in October. I think he is undefeated in Pro League. Every time they fielded him against any of the races, he's just done fantastically. He has really stepped up his game, and that is fortunate because for a while there it looked like Bisu was just kind of fading away. Even after he took his vacation, after, what was it, Go-Go beat him or something like that, so he decided to take a vacation and came back after that. Oh, doing a good job of denying this. Oh, getting that drone down to red health. Bisu going to chase that drone away and try to take it completely down. But Bisu buying himself a little bit of time in the meantime to throw down his own Nexus before he even plops down the Forge. Still chasing that drone. But like I said, after Bisu came back from his supposed vacation to clear his head and become a better player, he still wasn't that great of a player. He wasn't playing like Bisu, and it was just very disappointing to watch. But these days, he is back to his old Bisu self. And there is Shine expanding again, going to get that standard 3 hatchery opening. As the first cannon on the way for Bisu, pretty far out, and it's going to be very difficult to get a Zergling run by, which Shine likes to do as well. He can be a super aggressive player when he wants to be. But that's the tough thing about Shine. He can be super aggressive, but he isn't always that hyper-aggressive. Sometimes he's on the exact opposite plane, where he just throws down Sunkens everywhere. He becomes the most annoying defensive Zerg player you can possibly imagine. That's why it's so hard to read, and that's why I think he's been doing so well. But alright, Bisu transferring over to his next base. Of course, one half of Bork, Stork, is already into the round of 16, already seeded, because Stork was in the semifinals from last season, squared off against Jaedong, didn't quite make it. He was one game away from the finals, which is kind of heartbreaking for us Stork fans. But that does mean that he's automatically seeded into the round of 16. But it is my long-standing theory that both Bisu and Stork have to face off against each other in an OSL to win it, for one of them to win it. Of course, Bisu has never won an OSL, but Stork faced off against Bisu, came close in the, what was it? I think it was another ever OSL against Jaedong. Was that ever? I think it was. 2007. I think he squared off against Bisu in that one and came very close to to winning the finals. That is my long-running theory. Stork has to beat Bisu to get to the finals and win. So we'll see how that works out. Bisu keeping his probe inside the main as long as he can. That probe is very low in health. 1 health, 4 shield. That thing's going down. Shine's not going to let that live much longer. But Bisu has snuck a Zealot in to the natural expansion. He's going to try to snipe some drones. And this is what Protoss players love to do these days, trying to snipe that. Oh, separating the drone away. Shine might not take many casualties here. Separating in another drone. Fantastic micro from Shine. I think he's going to save every single drone at this natural expansion, unless that one that's in red health gets attacked by that Zealot. He's got to take that Zealot down before it gets too many kills. I think he did take the Zealot down, so completely unsuccessful harassment from Bisu, and nicely played from Shine there. You can tell his head's in the game today. Alright, Bisu keeping on the scout. Is that the damage probe from earlier? I think it is. But that probe still hanging around. And there are some drones with some yellow health inside there. It means Bisu has been attacking that with the probe. Surprised he's kept this probe alive as long as he has, but I think it's going to go down fairly quickly. First Corsair going to get the scouting information before tackling the Overlords, I believe. Got another Corsair coming out of that Stargate, so Bisu going to get a couple out. And Bisu is going for the Overlord first instead of going out there to scout. Of course, he still has his scouting probe in. That's going to die. The scouting probe goes down, and an Overlord goes down too. Let's see if he can get the second Overlord kill. I saw the Spire coming up.